not just you, but as an offense, you can improve?
Yeah, obviously had the 2 turnovers that hurt us. And some missed opportunities on some third downs. I think, I had Cooper down in the low red on a chance. Ball sailed on me, and then, we just kind of missed each other on a couple more ops in certain places. First third down of the game, not first third down of the game, but third down going in to score on the first drive of the game. Just give Higbee a chance on that one. So there are opportunities, just like every single game, to just stay in it a little bit longer. I think, there's some plays out there that maybe you go into halftime and, it's a 3-point game or it's tied or something like that and you feel a whole lot better coming out in the second half. So a lot of things we can do better, but a lot of stuff to build on as well that I thought we did well. I thought our guys up front played well, played physical, ran the ball well, all those things.
Do you enjoy that? A lot about Odell and how he's coming along, but how is Van doing since he's kind of shifted roles with Robert?
He's doing good. I think, it's a lot on those guys' plates, but they're doing a great job of, really honing in each week on the game plan, what their job is, what they're asked to do, and they're going out there and executing it at a high level. Van's got a ton of talent. He's got the right work ethic, the right mindset. So just exciting to watch him keep getting better.
Do you enjoy that puzzle of the rematch, figuring out what happened last time?
Yeah, definitely. I think both teams have probably changed a little bit. Personnel here or there, guys get injured, this happens, that happens. So there's a little bit of that as well. So, boils down to it's a really talented football team that's really well coached that we're playing against. I feel like we're the same, and we just got to go out there and play well, play to our standard. And if we do that, we'll give ourselves a good chance to be in it.
When you're able to run the ball like you did Sunday, what does that do for your job?
Yeah, I think as a team, for me, for our play caller, for everything, it just keeps us on track. We were really efficient. We didn't have that many explosives, there weren't 20, 30, 40-yard runs, but a bunch of 4s and 5s, and those really help out. Whether it's a 1st and 10 going to a 2nd and 5 or a 2nd and 4, or a 2nd and 10 giving us a chance on a 3rd and 5 to be in something manageable. I thought our guys up front did a great job executing against a front that liked to move around a little bit and do some things. So that was good. We'll have a big challenge for us, against a team that, has got talented guys on their front 7 as well this week.
Coach said, you mentioned that staying on track earlier. Is that just staying ahead of the sticks?
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
How does using Sony Michel, like you guys did today, help open things up for you? And what is he like on your team? New guy just like you.
Yep.
It's kind of forgotten about what jumped in right after training camp. What is he like to be around?
Yeah, he's steady, even keel. He comes to work every single day. You can tell he's been in New England. He's a grinder. He likes to come in here and work, and that's awesome. I think both he and Darryl have done excellent jobs when we've asked them to do it this year. Continue to hopefully get the same kind of effort from both those guys.
But this obviously it's a Cardinals team, good team, and a challenge for you guys. Does it feel any urgency right now for you guys?
I think, the later you get into the season, the games, you don't have that many left, and you got to go out there and make them count. It's a big game in the division, we know that. It's fun to play on Monday Night Football. It's a big challenge for us being in their stadium. That's a tough place to play. Played there quite a few times when I was in Detroit, so I know it's a tough place to play. So to go along with their team, and the travel, Monday night, all that kind of stuff, it's going to be a challenge for us, but we're excited about it.
Andrew Whitworth is set to become the first left tackle to start at age 40 Monday night against the Cardinals. Just what are your thoughts on kind of that career longevity, especially at a position like that is so physically demanding? Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable. He's a special player, a special guy, special teammate, leader, all of it. Does everything the right way. Is a huge leader on this team and on this offense. We're lucky to have him. And then you look out there and he's 40 years old and he's playing great too. So it's pretty special to be a part of it. I'm just glad that I get to be here for some time with him and get to experience what it's like playing with him. In your time knowing him, what makes him unique as a player, which is the athlete?
Well, you see him walking around. To look like that at 39, 40 years old is really special. I think he also understands himself. If you talk to him and talk about the left tackle position, talk about offensive line, it's similar to quarterbacks, right? Like 32 guys all throw the ball a little bit different. And those guys that can really, hone in on little things they need to work on, but also just play to their strengths, which I think he does. He understands that about that position. And, he plays to his strengths. He understands, the play concept as well as any, lineman I've been around and just goes out there and executes down in and down out.
How much teasing has gone on this week with him being 40?
Not too much. I mean,
how you going to tease a guy that looks like that? You know? Can't do too much to him. So we're just patting him on the back.
Matthew, what's the conversation within the locker room this week about how big of a game this is? And then what is one of your keys to getting this win in Arizona?
Yeah, you know, as far as conversations go, I mean, this is, you know, every single week we come in, it's a big week for us. You know, we got to go out there. We know it's a division game. We know it's on the road. All those things, you know, contribute to, you know, challenges that we're going to have. But, you know, we're excited about the opportunity. And then keys, I think, is just playing sound football, you know. Executing each play, play in and play out, try not to turn the football over. You know, be good on third down, score in the red zone. You hate to hear all those cliches, but they're all real. You know, you watch the game. You know, the first time we played them, we weren't good enough on third down, turned the ball over twice and didn't score enough in the red zone. It's a different ball game. So got to go out there and play well. It's a really good football team that we're going against, but it'll be a fun challenge.
Now that you are getting into
What's up?
now that you are getting into the divisional rematches, we think about the effects of playing at home and on the road. People who analyze those things say that the home field advantage in the NFL isn't what it used to be. Do you sense that? If it's true, do you have an explanation?
Well, I think it for sure wasn't last year because of COVID. Nobody was in any stadiums, and it was easy to communicate. You know, I think fans are doing a good job of making it a little bit more difficult on the offenses this year. But yeah, I think, you know, offenses have probably adapted a little bit, been able to go a little bit quicker, get on the ball, communicate a little bit better maybe than they did in the past. I'm trying to think back to when I was a rookie. I mean, everything was hard, playing at home, playing on the road. I didn't know. So, but yeah, I mean, if that's what analytics say, then sure, I'll go with it. Good. Thank you.
Hey, Sony, can you take us back through the game on Sunday and just that performance you had?
It was a good performance, you know, for the offense overall, especially on the ground, and got a couple good plays in the air. You know, we're able to play some good complementary football, you know, for the defense and special teams who are out there making plays.
How did it feel for you personally to be able to get going like that and get a 100 rushing yard game under your belt this season?
I felt good, you know, always to, you know, get a chance, get an opportunity to, you know, just play the game that we love and to be able to perform.
How about when a game, like Stafford was saying after the game, when he was looking at the game plan going in, it was like, this is a Sony Michel game plan. Is that kind of how you felt? And if so, what's that feel like when you know they're going to kind of put it on you to carry them?
I didn't really, you know, think about them putting it on me. I just kind of, you know, thought, you know, any opportunity that I get, I'm gonna try to take advantage of it. And opportunity just kind of just kept coming my way, and I was very fortunate to kind of be able to execute on a positive note.
He also said today, he goes, you could tell you played in New England, just your attitude, grind it out and get it done. Do you think you kind of brought some of that here to the Rams?
I won't say brought that to the Rams. The Rams have their own culture. They have great players, great leaders here, and these guys want to win football games. You can see it in every guy, and I'm just trying to be another piece to the puzzle, bring a positive attitude, good energy to this team.
What's been the biggest challenge for you since getting traded here so late, just before the season, and staying patient and waiting until a game like last Sunday?
I wouldn't say I really had much challenges. For me, it was just more of me being grateful for the opportunity. Yes, I had to be patient, and I'm still being patient, because you never know. Each game is different. And my mindset is just, take 1 week at a time, do what I can, control what I can control, work hard, and just be prepared.
What are some of those things you're doing to stay prepared?
Make sure I take every rep seriously, whether it's in the meeting rooms, trying to take as much notes as I can, individual drills, making sure my fundamentals are right, even in practice, walkthroughs, paying attention to the details, and in practice just trying to execute to the best of my ability.
Is there any one person you've leaned on since you've gotten here?
I've leaned on a couple people, mainly a lot of quarterback, Matthew Stafford, Coach TB, one guy I could, really rely on because he's teaching me, most of the stuff. The whole running back room, Daryl, Makai, one of the younger guys that's in there that's finally kind of about to get in some action. Just kind of try to lean on the running back room primarily, but, everybody around this facility.
Sony, being patient is one of the great challenges of life. How do you be patient with this?
When you're patient, all you can do is control what you can control, because 9 times out of 10 there's going to be things that you want to happen and it's not going to happen, and you just got to stick to what you know. Keep working, because when the opportunity comes, you don't want to miss it, and that's kind of how I approach it.
Do you think your performance on Sunday will create more opportunities going forward?
Hopefully. We all wish we get more opportunities in our profession, but my mindset is continue what I've been doing. Keep working, keep grinding, keep sticking to the root of things, and hopefully I get opportunities.
Sony, what's it been like working with Daryl Henderson?
It's been good, because I think Daryl Henderson is probably one of the best mid-zone runners in this league. I try to watch how he runs the mid-zone and kind of try to emulate that, and I respected him much. But he's a great dude, great guy, great teammate, so it's been pretty cool.
This is the first 100-yard game by a Rams back since early last season. I know you weren't here for all that, but how can you repeat this performance going forward?
Just trying to run the football, and running the football don't necessarily means win football games. We have great receivers, we have a great quarterback, so maybe we go into this game and we throw it more, and we don't rush for so many yards, or we may rush for, So depending on the game, how the game plays out, the flow of the game also dictates that. So it all depends.
What does Coach Brown emphasize to you now that you've reconnected with him, and you were saying he's been a good influence on this? What does he emphasize?
Kind of some of the stuff I've been saying earlier. Just being patient, work hard, just make sure I'm ready for my opportunities.
You hear guys talk about getting in a rhythm running the football. Is that a real thing? Talk about that a little bit, please.
Getting in the rhythm, yeah, I would say it's a real thing. As running backs, we love to try to get in as much as a rhythm. It's a little bit more difficult when you're in and out the game. But at the end of the day, every little opportunity you get, you got to try to, get as much as you can out of it.
What dictated how you were able to run the ball, like the success you were able to have?
Say it one more time? Sorry.
You talked about, what the game dictates. What dictated how you were able to run the ball effectively this past week?
Offensive line doing a great job. Us, getting positive yards, continuously, So coach continuously just kept calling run plays, and we were able to string good runs together, and I guess it gave him confidence to keep calling the plays.
How sore were you? I mean, you had a lot of touches between your carries and receptions. After not carrying the ball that many times for a while, were you really? Did you feel it the next day?
Not necessarily. I mean, yeah, I was sore just from general playing football, but I think I've prepared myself, away from the game, in the weight room of trying to challenge myself to get to that level. Some of those reps that I'm not getting, when I'm in practice trying to finish runs, doing things that I'm not accustomed to doing in the games. Fortunate, good thing was I wasn't as sore as I expected to be, and I'm pretty well turned over now and ready to roll.
Honey, with all that you just said, do you feel like the running game is getting in sync?
I think the running game's been pretty good this year. Offensive line been doing a great job. They've been, working their tails off, and I think they'll continue to do that. So hopefully, we keep this thing rolling.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
How has it been going settling in with the defense and after the great game you guys had last week?
Oh, it's been good. I always felt like since our first couple of practices in our first game that, we had. I was super excited, about being here and the type of defense that we could be. I said that after the 49ers game, even though we lost, man, it was exciting to rush and play defense with those guys, and to finally go out there and have success, on Sunday versus the Jags is good. Wins are contagious, and success is contagious in this league, and we just gotta, string it together. Got a really, really tough opponent this week, and if we can keep playing the type of defense that we've been playing, I feel comfortable.
What do you see what do you think from Kyler Murray?
Oh yeah, he's the GOAT already. I'm from Texas. I'm from DeSoto. He's from Allen. They beat us a couple of times to go to the playoffs. They didn't beat me. I was already, in the league already, but beat my high school, and my high school, they played his high school to go to state yearly, and so I'm very familiar with Kyler. He went to Texas A&M for a short bit, and then he went to Oklahoma. So very familiar with Kyler, man. He's the GOAT. He does he does everything well. Can throw the ball down the field, scramble, read option, just whatever it is that quarterbacks do well, you create like a checklist, and he has all of those checks for sure.
What's the key for you guys to try to slow him down?
That's a tough question. Going against a player like that, especially with all the talent that he's surrounded, by. It's going to be extremely tough, man. We got to score points, on offense, and we got to play solid defense. That's how you stop him.
What does a performance like you had Sunday as a unit, what does that do for you as a team?
Yeah, it's contagious. Offense play well, defense play well, special teams, play well, and it's it's contagious. You just want to string, outings like that together, and it was good that we got a win before this Monday night game versus Arizona for sure.
Whether it's in the moment or on film, what are some of the things that stand out to you when you're playing alongside Ernest Jones? I know you've only been playing with him for a short amount of time, but what kind of stands out in that regard?
Oh, he's athletic. He's athletic. He can cover tight ends, receivers, play the run. He can pass rush. He can. He's our Kyler Murray on defense. You create a checklist for him, and he can do just about everything defensively. So it's good.
I know you're on the same team now, but what would you think it'd be like to line up across from a 40-year-old left tackle?
Talking about Whitworth?
Yeah.
Nah, it's. You can't really tell. He's 40. When you look at him, he's got the gray hair and stuff. But other than that, his the way he moves and his body, and he takes extremely good care of his body, and you really can't tell. He puts on the pads and stuff. He's still moving the same. He's still running the same. You really can't tell that he's 40 years old.
I know your performance isn't solely evaluated on sacks, but from the outside looking in, people are going, when's Von Miller gonna get one? How hungry?
Yeah, me too, man. Me too, man. Like you said, it's not all about sacks, but for me in my head, it is. It's a small piece of me that I want to go out there and get sacks. Playing with AD and you know, Leonard Floyd and all these guys, like, man, where are the sacks? You know, I get a lot of great rushes, you know, a lot of good pressure, beating the tackles and stuff. It's just, you know, sacks they just haven't hit for me yet. But you know, I think they will continue. I think they'll come. You know, they always say sacks come in bunches, and you know, until the sacks start coming, you know, I got 110 and a half of them. So, you know, I just, you know, sit on those until I can get some more.
The last time they played earlier this year, you obviously weren't here yet. What do you think you can do to help try to stop Kyler? What do you add to the defense that they didn't have back earlier this season?
I think they traded for me for sacks, you know, and pressure, and you know, just to be a solid edge defender, and you know, make game-changing plays and to help out AD. And this is the game, you know, where I should be able to do that. That's why they brought me here. That's my job. You know, that's my you know, that's my responsibility, and you know, I'm gonna have to do that for this team to you know, for us to have success in the playoffs and, you know, hopefully, you know, go to the Super Bowl. So I want to go out there and I want to do my job. You know, I want to go out there and play the type of football that I know how to play, that I've played my entire career, you know, versus a team like this on Monday Night Football. So, you know, I got to go out there and do what I said. You know, I got to, you know, pressure, sacks hopefully, you know, sacks hopefully, and just be the type of defender that I know I can be for this team.
How fine is that line when you're trying to get in there and put pressure on him, but hold contain, especially on Kyler Murray?
Yeah, you know, it's tough. You know, there's not too many quarterbacks out there like Kyler. I think, you know, Lamar Jackson, you know, they're two totally different guys. You know, but when it comes to running the ball, you know, they're kind of similar. They kind of have you know, the same speed. You know, throwing the ball is different from those guys. You know, I'm not comparing. I'm just saying that you know, he can run like Lamar, and we played Lamar early in the season with the Denver Broncos, and you know, you gotta be outside. You know, you gotta always be conscious of his escape routes. You know, here with the Rams, you know, we got a team full of monsters on defense. So, you know, I don't want to get too caught up in, you know, containing the quarterback and trying to keep him in the pocket. I just want to rush. Just want all the guys to rush up front. And if we could just play our style of ball, we'd be good. Score some points, and play solid defense. That's the way we do it.
Well, every game is important, but this late in the season, is there a sense of urgency with this game being two back of them in the division?
Yeah. I mean, I think you just answered the question right there. You know, it's really, you know, it's a sense of urgency for all of these games. You know, it's a tight race in the NFC. It's a tight race in the NFL for all teams. You know, and this is really, you know, playoff placement, you know, coming up. Like you said, with 2 games behind, you know, it's a sense of urgency, especially with the team that we have, especially with the type of team that we've built here, man. We want to win right now. And, you know, it's definitely a sense of urgency. We want to go out there and play our style of football and get back to our winning ways.
Do you have a personal relationship with Kyler?
Nope. I just know of him. I'm a fan of football and the National Football League, college too, and, you know, been a fan of college for a long time.
Now that the Rams are going into the second half of the division, home and home, I've been asking guys about home field advantage, because the stats say it's not what it used to be, that there's hardly any home field advantage anymore. It occurs to me, you played in a place in Denver where it seemed like there probably was more of an advantage. But overall, do you sense a change at all?
Oh, the home field advantage?
Yeah.
I always thought it was. I thought home field advantage, you playing home. I mean, for me as a defensive, for me as a pass rusher, you know, it's a lot louder at home. You know, you can't really mess with the cadence. You know, even though teams do it, you know, it's crazy that, you know, teams are able to, you know, mess around with the cadence and get guys to jump off sides, you know, away. But, you know, it's that's just part of. I always thought as a defensive player though that we do kind of have a home field advantage because of the noise, but, you know, maybe not.
All set.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.